welcome to Comfort Happening number 2. I had to delete the video that this video is now replacing because somebody saw my lights, they wouldn't shut up, and they were yelling at my nephew. So, the book is called Sundown. I read an excerpt out of the book, and this is chapter 4. This is like one of the final notes. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go back and redo the excerpt. So, maybe I can do it right this time. And the book's going to have to be grammarly correct. Alright? So we're going to start right here, where I started the last time, with Tina. Captain Tina Arrowhead, Tina Lynn Arrowhead, is talking. Alright. So, U.S. Marshal and her officer have pulled into the hospital and they made it through. The nurse gave them the go-ahead. The nurse took them to patient zero's office, which is Melinda, a.k.a. Bethany Melinda Summers Bennett, the wife of the sheriff of the Sundown town. All right. So this is them talking now. Brace yourself, because here we go. I see you took all the back roads, Hawk. Well, I was born and raised here, Captain Arrowhead. Yeah, we know the fastest routes to get here. So, when did the two of you become a thing again? Well, we can tell you later. Good point. Hawk, Kira, this is Beth Melinda Summers Bennett. Go easy on her. She is one of my oldest and dearest friends. So no Agent Hell stuff, Hawk. Hawk has the nickname of Agent Hell because of what he did to the guy she replaced. Who's also, like, if you go to chapter 2 or chapter 3, he's in a prison known as the Bricks. And he's paraplegic. Maybe quadriplegic. I can't remember. But anyway, Hawk fucked him up for something that he did to Hawk's family member, who was also a residential police officer on the reservation of the Moonstar Reservation. And by the way, the Moonstar Reservation is dedicated, the last name Moonstar. So I changed the thing to Moonstone to honor her. And most of the main characters are Native American. So Hawk nods his head yes and proceeds to ask Beth the questions. Alright? So he starts talking after that. That's what you see on the screen. We're not going to read it. We're going to go back down here to the reader's notes, because I give people reader's notes. Note 1, Note 2, and Note 3 is what I'm about to start on. So I put in the reader's notes, the reader's and writer's notes, so that when you're reading a book, something that most authors don't do, they don't let you know what's going on in their head while they're typing. Because if you've typed books before, you're a lot better explaining this to me. This is my third book. There's a lot of ways I can take this story in chapter 4. Alright? However, I want to keep all the mystical, magical legends of Native American stuff out. The closest thing that you have in that was the bear attack. Now, yes, there was a bear attack. For those who are up to speed, I don't want to ruin the book. I don't want to ruin the book for you. But Beth's husband tried to kill her. He also tried to kill the only black opponent who was running for sheriff, which would be Hudson Hobbs. Hector Hudson Hobbs. So he's a black guy trying to be the sheriff of Bennettsville. Sheriff Bennett, his family and forefathers and most of the people who live there, their racist ass families discovered and found the town, got all kinds of shit, and the town is between LA and the Native American reservation. Why did I pick there? I made them a certain tribe because most people know more about West Coast tribes than East Coast tribes. And however, for everyone who does not know, there may have to be a few Native American U.S. Marshals to go on reservations to handle crimes, because the government generally don't let shit that happens off the reservation unless it involves a native beyond the reservation. And if it's on the reservation, only federal stuff can be handled with that. U.S. Marshals are like federal agents. And again, I say, as I said in this book, how the law works in this is a little bit more closer to fantasy than real, but I try to keep it as real as possible. I do have a degree in police science and criminal justice, so I kind of added what little bit of knowledge I have in there. So you have to understand how the higher politics work. So at the beginning of chapter 4, um, Tina Arrowheads made some phone calls to some very high officials that are not just native but black in very high positions in government. And even though the BIA doesn't have any legal authority to arrest anybody or whatever, they're also highly involved in most things that happen on the reservation, which a lot of people aren't aware about because it's called the Bureau of Indian Affairs for a fucking reason. Anyway, that being said, I just took 6 minutes of your time. So I'm going to finish writing some of this chapter tonight. I want to try to have this book finished by February. So I'm going to have to put in like maybe 20 to 10 pages a day or a week. It just depends on my time between that and actually working and trying to make video content. I haven't had a lot of time. I literally just got my computer back at the ass end of December, and it is January. I probably should have been typing as soon as I got it back, but there have been some distractions, amongst other things. So thank you guys for watching. I am Echo Fan Grey Wolf. This is Kung Fu Havoc number 2. Be seeing you.